Hello everybody, this is Bandy Hinkie again with Chippewa Valley Tech College in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Today we're in the electrical power distribution hot lab. We're going to work on this guy right here. This is a voltage regulator. Voltage regulators are pretty much some of the most dangerous pieces of equipment on a power line if you don't understand them. Putting them on and off line, the top can fly right off with an explosion, pretty catastrophic explosion if you don't know what you're doing. They're very dangerous. If you know what you're doing with them, they're not bad at all. I just want to give a little video to kind of let you know how to get them to neutral, how to take them offline, stuff like that. So what we got going on is 7200 volts coming from my makeshift substation up on the wall phase here, going through a recloser, a sectionalizer, a fuse, and it's coming into this regulator. And you can see the regulator is online right now. And I was just going to show the voltage coming in and the voltage going out of the regulator are not the same. Obviously, the voltage coming in is going to be around 7200 volts. We'll kind of show you that. This is in kV, so it's 7.09, so just under 7100 volts right there coming in and coming out. This is the load side over here of the reg. Should be quite a bit higher because we are on 14 raise, as you can see, or 14 boost, depending how you want to talk about it. So we got 7,700 and it's bouncing a little bit, 20, 30 volts. So a little over 7,700 volts here. So what we got to do is take this offline. You have to follow some steps. First thing you want to do is open up the regulator panel, which is right here. All right, get inside here, turn it to internal power. Then we got to turn the auto remote function to manual, so it'll let me run it from here. I had it in automatic, so it was just sensing load and line loss and just raising and lowering on the left side here. But we need to raise it, lower it from 14 raise to neutral. And then I like to verify 3 different ways that it's in neutral, because that's what when you have problems if you take it offline when it's not in neutral. So I'm going to manually raise it, as you can kind of see what we're doing here. And then it goes all the way to positive, so let's lower it down to here. Right there, so we were in 14 boost. I went the wrong way first. It's not a big deal, just got to pay attention to which way you're going. You want to make it get down to neutral. I can go lower if you want to see that too. We're in neutral right now. I know that for at least 2 verifications. I've got the neutral light. Sometimes they used to be green. We used to call them the green neutral light. Well, now they're making them red, so I guess we'll just call it the neutral light. You got the position indicator. This one's saying right here, neutral, top center. And then another way we can verify is with the Longhorn method, the digital Longhorn method. The old way used to be the old Longhorn method where they actually use light bulbs and a coat hanger. That's a different story and a different video for a different day. But we can run this up and down a little to play with it a little bit. Right now, like I said, we're in neutral. I can lower it, watch the drag hands go all the way down. So that is 16 buck or 16 lower. The bulb is quite a bit dimmer than it was when I walked in here on 14 boost or 14 raise. So obviously I can't take it out of neutral right now. It's nowhere near neutral, very dangerous situation. If I pulled that all-in-one bypass switch right now, we'd have an explosion in this lab and I don't want to do that. So we're gonna raise it so that drag hand, or the indicator hand says neutral. And you can see these drag hands have followed it all the way because I 16 boosted and 16 bucked it. So it's actually had quite a range from what I've been running, and that drag hand tells you the extreme boost and extreme buck that you've had since the last time you serviced it. You can reset those right here, drag hand reset. And that's what it looks like. It just goes back to wherever your position is at this time. All right, so I verified 2 ways. It's a neutral, 1, 2, but the one I really like, I would do all 3, but the one I really rely on for sure, final check, is the Longhorn method. So we just go between the source bushing and the other one over there is the load bushing. You can follow it down. It comes in source, goes out load. Measure the difference of potential. Make sure you don't touch anything high voltage to ground here, because this meter is only good for about 1,000 volts. You see it settle down right there on 0, okay? That means there's no difference of potential between your source and load bushing, and that's what you have to have before you take it and bypass it and take it out of service. So I feel really good about it. We've got the light The indicator and the Longhorn says there's no difference potential between the source side and the load side. So the next thing I would do, depending on the brand, you could take your power, turn it off. I even take this motor fuse out right here with this little tool. You don't need your gloves for this, or this is usually way at the bottom of the pole. I actually take the motor fuse out, okay, and set it right here. Then no matter what happens, in the meantime, while I go get my stick or, you know, go up in the bucket, set the truck up, whatever, this thing can't automatically accidentally walk or move out of neutral between the time of me putting it in neutral and the time I bypass it. It would be a very, very, very bad day if that happened. All right, so we verified 3 ways it's in neutral. We prevented it a couple different ways from moving out of neutral. And again, there's different, you know, brands, varieties of panels. As long as you disable the function where it can't move itself, you're good. I like taking the motor fuse out. I know it won't move then. Okay, so this is an all-in-one bypass switch. So as I pull this open, this de-energizes the source bushing and the load bushing, and at the same time, this flipper right here, you're gonna see, bypasses without ever blinking the lights to the customer. Here's my customer load. As I pull this open, it should all happen at the same time. You wanna be kinda quick with it. You don't wanna screw around with it a little bit. You wanna pull it pretty briskly, and you can see it bypass from that paddle to that paddle, and the current just kept flowing. We never blinked the lights. That is how you take a regulator out of service. Putting one back in would be reverse steps. You'd have to verify it's in neutral. If it's dead, you'd have to go off of this. You may have to put some auxiliary power to it if it's sitting on a bench, or you have to take it out with a pallet and a forklift or something and put it online. You have to verify. I don't rely on just one because these are mechanical and they can fail. The gears can break on them. They can get out of adjustment. It's not enough to me. So I like to rely on, I like 3 things. Some companies say just 2 indicators of neutral. I like 3. All right.